here with Lionel Bender, who 4 years ago had an idea to start the 21st Century Children's Nonfiction Conference. Lionel, thank you so much for coming to the United States. Tell us a little bit about how you got this idea.
It's a result really of many years of going to other conferences, and partly nonfiction was never given very much of a profile. I'm more interested in what I call the business side of the industry. So it's one thing learning how to write and illustrate, but it's another to know how to pitch yourself to a publisher. So what we're really trying to produce here is a forum, a meeting place for everyone involved in the industry. And quite what happens after that is really up to you, it's up to them. So we tried to bring together people from a whole group of different companies, diverse backgrounds, diverse niches, and let them talk to each other.
How long have you been working in the book industry?
Well, I would say going on 30 years now.
Wow, that's so exciting. But I think what's one of the things that's so exciting about all the work that you've done over time is all the different knowledge and all the different ways you've approached some of your work. And I know that in the last few years, I believe now, you have been really looking at the book as object and how storytelling works, and that you have not only looked at the way the 32-page or the 40-page book works as well, but you're also looking at gamification and some multimedia. I thought maybe you'd like to talk a little bit about some of the things that you've been doing.
Well, if you think about it, the very first series I ever did, the Inside Outside series.
Like my heart palpitates just when I think about that.
But that really was a form of gamification. You turn the page. So early on, that's almost like a guessing game type thing. And in a way, I've just taken that concept, and in almost all of my other books, including the nature ones, have a guessing element to it. And then I've transferred that into nonfiction mazes like eco mazes, and what has happened is those books are naturally interactive, so it makes total sense that I would take that one step and further and start to do apps which are truly interactive.
I'm here with Steve Shankin at the 21st Century Nonfiction Conference in New Rochelle, New York. It's really great to see you. You probably think I'm stalking you sometimes, Steve.
I wonder about that. Yeah.
Really? Because sometimes it seems like I see you an awful lot. But you're such an incredible, high-quality nonfiction writer. Could you tell us a little bit about what you are working on right now? I know that, you are a Newbery honor-winning national book finalist, YALSA Excellence Award winner, but tell us a little bit about what you're working on now.
Well, it's more of the same in the sense that it's narrative nonfiction and, aimed at middle school audience, but the story is quite a departure for me because it's a sports story.
Wow.
On the surface, yes, it's a sports story with a lot of history, and not necessarily very happy history, but the sports, great underdog sports story about Jim Thorpe and the school that he went to, he hated. It's called the Carlisle Indian School. And improbably put together a football team. This is 100 years ago. Put together a football team and took on the world. Audaciously challenged the best and most elite schools in the country, Harvard, Yale, Army, and nobody thought they had a chance. So it's the story of them coming together and taking on the world and winning. And that part of the story is very happy, but it's combined with a really dark story of what's going on at the school. Why were kids being pulled off reservations, often against their parents' will, and being sent to this school? So that's
was this a high school or a college?
It was essentially a vocational school that started very young. Some of the kids were elementary school age and up through early 20s. So they were, the kids who were on the football team were the same age as college players at Harvard.
You've just motivated me to read my first book about
Yeah,
football.
you don't have to care about football. We've shown it around. The publishing world is not peopled with a lot of football fans, and so it's a great place to test market. But you don't need to be into rowing to love something like Boys in the Boat or horse racing to love Seabiscuit, because the stories are about that, but they're about something more. And so I want to win over the non-football fans.
What's something that you're looking forward to in the industry, or something that you anticipate?
I think there's lots of new things going on. The YA nonfiction is really a great niche. Edgy subjects, edgy presentations. Mm-hmm. There's also new styles of illustration coming along. Books were often illustrated, trade books were often illustrated, picture books particularly. But I think there's a rediscovery of illustration. Youngsters now are very visual in everything that they do. So the illustrated side of non-fiction, I think, is really going to be even more of a growth area.
What are some things you're looking forward to including in the 5th conference?
I have to say I'd like to attract more, I'd like to see more publishers sending staff to the conference. I do think there are very few, if any, opportunities in the year for publishing staff to learn about the industry in which they work. So in my day, going back some years, publishing companies did send people out on training courses. Some of those training courses don't exist anymore, or publishers don't have the money to do that. If they go to a big conference, ALA, BEA, Book Expo, they're stuck on the booth, they're there just selling their wares or buying products. They don't have time to network with their contemporaries. And I do think a beauty of places like this is you do get publishers from different companies talking to one another. So in a Book Expo environment, they're competitive. They don't talk to each other. They keep away from each other, apart from socialising in the evening. Here, they'll talk to each other. And I do feel we're providing, as I say, that forum for hopefully driving the industry forward.